Okay, this is Algebra 1, the beginning of Chapter 4. 4.1, in fact, a lot of this chapter is going to be a review of what we've already done with linear graphs, linear functions. For this first section, number 1 through number 8 are all problems that you've already done, that we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. So I don't really need to show a new video how to do that. You guys already have instruction on how to do that. I want to look at number 9 on those worksheets. It says write a linear function f with the given values. Okay, well, first of all, this is new. And we need to talk about function notation. So this is read as f of x. F of x is the same thing as y. In other words, it's just a different way of saying the output of saying y. So what is a function? What does that even mean? If we look at what we call the vertical line test, so let's say that we have a graph that looks like this. And if I draw a vertical line anywhere on this graph, if it only hits the graph once, then this is a function. So it passes the vertical line test. If I had, let's say one that looks like this. If I drew a vertical line right here, I'm going to hit the graph twice. This is not a function. Okay, the words to determine if it's a function, the definition, if you will, is that for every x, there's only one y. Okay, so let's look at these two tables here. So all of the x's are different. And for each of these x's, there's only one y. It's okay if the y's are repeated, because for every x, there's only one y. This is a function because of that. Okay, let's look at this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, look, I've got repeated y's, but they have different, or repeated x's, I'm sorry, but they have this different y values. So when x is 1, I actually have 2 y's. But remember, for every x, you can only have one y for it to be a function. This is not a function. It's a relation. It's a relationship between x and y, but it's not a function. Okay, so on number 9, it looks like this. F of 0 equals 3, f of 1 equals 5. So remember that function notation is f of x. So whatever's inside parentheses is your x value, and whatever on the right-hand side of the equation is your output. So when you see problems written like this, I want you to write that, just write it as an ordered pair. I know that 0 is x, and this is y. X is 1, and that's y. Okay, so you already know how to write an equation given 2 points, remember? First thing we're going to do is find the slope. We find that the slope is 2. We're going to plug, I'm going to use this point right here. Y equals m times x plus b. That means that b is 3. And then I just plug m and x, m and b into y equals mx plus b. And the equation or the line that has these 2 points is 2x plus 3. All right, that was 4.1. I think that's all. Oh, let's do a word problem from 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. 4.1. So a recording studio charges musicians an initial fee of $50. I'm going to underline that because it's probably important. To record an album, studio time costs an additional $75 per hour. So the first thing they want us to do is to write a linear model. And I know that my linear model looks like y equals mx plus b, remember? And m represents the slope. Well, remember that the slope is just the rate of change. And in this case, the rate of change is going to be 75. So 75 is my slope. And b is the y-intercept, or, if you will, the starting point. Well, the starting point here is $50 for this recording studio because no matter how many hours you're there, you still have to start with $50. Okay, so there's my equation that models this situation. So then I might ask you, which would be cheaper, to purchase 12 hours of studio time or purchase a $750 music software program that you can use to record on your own computer? All right, well, I want to know how much it would cost me for 12 hours with this scenario. So y equals 75 times 12 plus 50. Gotta use the calculator. 75 times 12 is 900. So y would equal 950. So it would definitely be cheaper to purchase your own program that you could record on your own computer. All right, and that is 4.1.